Alright, Justin, what are we doing?
I'm gonna make my, I make pretty much, have at least one meal of this every day flank steak. It's simple, not very complicated. I leave this out, I try to leave this out to room temperature for at least an hour before I cook it, because I pull it right from the fridge I try to get the internal temperature at about 135 degrees if I'm going to eat it right away. If I know I'm going to maybe only eat one meal and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and reheat the next day, I might put it to 130 degrees at the center. That's a little bit medium rarish, so that when I put it in the microwave the next day, it's at the correct temperature. But so it's been sitting out for about an hour.
And what are you going to season it with?
Boring, basic salt and pepper. And I think a good steak, in my opinion, that's all you really need. I think flank steak I consider a good steak when I'm dieting. I mean, it's a decent steak. It's not going to be like taste like a ribeye or a porterhouse or a T-bone or something. And I like, if I can find it, the coarse salt. And with a steak, never just sprinkle I use a lot of salt. Never just sprinkle your seasoning on. Rub it in. And when I rub it in, I like to push it in.
Do you push it real good?
Yeah, you push it. Push it. And pepper. And then, depending on, where is it? I use Lawry's also, but not every time. I use Lawry's often, and not every time. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'll make a recommendation. If you have a Thai food place in the area, they'll have really hot chili peppers that taste nothing like red crushed peppers or any kind of pepper you'll get at the supermarket. And what they do, so finally my wife asked a Thai place in town where they get their chilies. What they actually do is they import the chilies from Thailand, they dry them, they cook them, dry them, dehydrate them, and then crush them up. And you can buy them, and it's dirt cheap. I mean, basically a lifetime supply will cost you $5. And I'll sprinkle very lightly because these are really hot. And actually, this is about the only way I could tolerate chicken and rice is with that. And I guess I said never sprinkle your seasoning, rub it in, but with the Thai chilies, I just sprinkle it. And if you do, and since it's in a jar like that, don't touch your fingers to your eyes or adjust your crotch. I have made that mistake. You'll realize they're very hot peppers, and you'll realize just how hot they are when you touch a sensitive region. And this is a mistake I made. I usually like to have I broil at 500 degrees, and I usually like to have it at 500 degrees before I put the steak in. And since I just forgot and I want to get this on video, I won't wait for it. And so what we're going to do is the thickest part here, since I'll probably, because Brad's here with me, we'll probably eat most of this today, so I'm going to cook it to 135 all the way through. But if I was going to eat one meal, like say it's a low day, I was going to eat this as my last meal, my fattier meal, with no carbs in the evening, I would cook it to 130 here at the thickest part, where this part right here would be about 135 to 140. I would eat this 6 ounce or 8 ounce or 5 ounce, whatever portion tonight, and the rest I would cut up for the next day. So in the microwave, after you reheat it, it'll be the correct temperature. And two things with flank steak in the microwave. Well, one thing, when you cut a flank steak, the grain runs this way. Never cut it with the grain. Taste like you're eating string cheese. Always cut it against the grain. It'll make strips, and then the way the strips is, the grain will be horizontal, so it'll break off in your mouth. If you cut it with the grain and you try to eat it, the strips will run this way, and it's like trying to snap string cheese out. But the reason I like cooking flank steak that I'm going to reheat is, in my opinion, it's the red meat and probably the overall meat that reheats the best in microwaves, better than anything else. Things like round steak or roast or chicken, especially chicken, taste horrible reheated.
And like rubber.
Yeah, where flank steak I feel doesn't lose it's still best fresh obviously, but I don't think it loses its taste as bad as everything else. And so put it in and wait. I don't even know how long it is. I cook this so often that I should know how many minutes. But I invest in a $2 meat thermometer, and then I just come and check it periodically.
All right.
That's it.